Do you remember back in January when I was at that RV show and I was looking at that foldable e-bike, how small it got? Well, today we're going to be looking at a foldable e-bike. Not that one, but a foldable e-bike. Welcome back. I hope you're having a good one. If you're new here, I'm Jared Gillis, and today we're going to be looking at foldable e-bikes. A bike that you can fold and easily store in your RV, and an electric bike so that you can have a pedal assist or maybe a throttle and be able to explore an area around you. So I've always kind of kept my eye on the foldable bikes and the e-bikes, and I just thought they would be amazing for our style of travel and being able to have in our RV. So about a month ago, I had an email from Levi. Him and his dad own electric bikes, and they asked if I wanted to try one. So I said, absolutely, I would love to try one, because when I looked at it, there was a handful of things that actually really intrigued me about this foldable e-bike compared to other ones that I've seen. The first thing is, when I looked at it, it looked rugged. So being able to have a bike that you don't have to be stuck on the pavement or being worried about little things on the road. If I wanted to take it off-road, go through the grass, or take it on a dirt road or even a trail, I wanted to know that it could handle something like that. So this bike definitely looked like it was going to fit that bill, and I wasn't going to be stuck on the pavement. Number two, I liked that it came with pedals. Being able to get out there and have the exercise when you want to and having the power when you want to was very intriguing to me. I also liked the size of it. Being able to fold it up, and looking at that size online, looked like it would fit inside of our RV where we wanted to store them. And then unfolded, it looked like it would fit somebody like me that's 6'4". So it was a good size, not too small and not too big. Looked just about right. The last thing that stood out to me was having the electric portion of the bike. Not everybody in my family is as excited about pedaling as I might be, and having that electric will help get them involved and enjoy that process and enjoy getting out there and seeing things. So that's really what intrigued me at first glance. So let's go sit down and look at the specs. But if you're going to ask me to sum it up, what it is like to ride this bike and to use this bike, I would really just say it's fun. It's just fun to ride. So looking at the specs, let's start off with the motor. This is a 500-watt motor. So if you were to look at a hill, and it's going to help you get up the hill. If you don't have a motor, you're going to be feeling it in your legs. Your legs are just going to be on fire, burning. You're going to have that blood taste in your mouth, because it's just a lot of work to get up that hill. If you have a 250 to like a 300-watt motor, it's going to feel like you're a professional cyclist being able to go up the hill. You're going to know that the hill's there, but you're just gonna zip right up there. Now, if you have the 500 watt, the hill starts to level off a little bit more. It's not like the hill without a motor. And if you have a 750 watt motor, what hill? Like you just fly right by that thing, but you're also gonna lose battery power. So being able to have that 500 watt motor is a really good balance in my opinion, from the things that I've been reading. I'm no expert here on this, but being able to have a good balance between battery management and being able to get up those hills and go where you want to with the electric portion of the bike. Now, the other side of that equation is the battery. How much battery power do you have in that? So this is a 48 volt. It's basically almost a 10.5 amp hour battery, so a 499 watt hours. So this is an LG lithium battery that fits inside of the body of the bike. So what that means for speed and distance is you should be able to go 25 to 50 miles. We'll break that down because that's a big span, and you should be able to crank this thing up to be able to go close to 28 miles per hour on this bike. It also has mechanical disc brakes. The tires are a 20-inch by 4-inch tire, so they're pretty wide. It has folding aluminum pedals. It has a back rack that can carry around, they say, 55 pounds. And it has an active tail light and an active headlight, not just reflectors. And of course, the handlebars and the seat are quickly adjustable. It has an LCD display to be able to give you the information and to change the settings. For pedaling, it has the 7-speed cassette with the derailleur to be able to switch between the gears. It has 5 levels of pedal assist, and you have a grip twist for the throttle. Also, the way this bike folds up is pretty simple. It hasn't felt cumbersome to me. There hasn't been a day where I'm like, I really don't want to get the bike out because it's a pain to unfold. So the handlebars fold down, the pedals actually fold in half, and then the bike folds in half. The only thing that I do wish is I wish that it had a way to kind of hold itself together, maybe some kind of a clamp so that that front wheel and the back wheel, when you go to move it around, they're not trying to separate or bind against each other. But I might work something together to where it just kind of clips into place. This is where we keep the bikes. We keep them in the boys' room because we have a toy hauler and this is their bedroom, bed's up above. We just keep them underneath the bed and tuck them away in the corner once they're folded up. We put a bungee cord around them. That way when we're driving down the road, we don't have to worry about them tipping over or rolling around or anything like that. So in here, they're protected from the elements, even though they can take a little bit of rain going through a puddle, they say is okay. We try and keep it away from the water as much as we can, but have it in here protected and just out of sight, out of mind for theft. It works out really well for just being able to fold them up and store them in here. But the main thing that everybody wants to know with this bike is how far and how fast. So I said the 25 to 50 miles. This is from their pamphlet, their instructions that they give you. If you want to have a 25-mile range on that battery, you can use pure throttle and you should be able to go 25 miles if it's flat ground, little to no wind, and the passenger's 180 pounds. So, and basically no other payload. You're not carrying another backpack or something on that rack. So that's how you get 25 miles out of this e-bike. You're mostly using pedal assist number 5, the most amount, or just pure throttle. If you want to go 35 miles, you're not using the throttle all that much. You're using it a little bit, mostly assist level 3, flat ground, little to no wind, still 180 pounds for the rider. But now if we want to go 45 to 50 miles, very little use of the throttle. You're not really using the throttle all that much. Mostly assisted level 1 or level 2, which level 1 feels actually pretty good. Flat ground, little to no wind, rider weight around 180 pounds, and no additional payload. So if you're just using it on pedal assist number 1, pretty flat, you can go 45 plus miles, probably around 50 miles. So that's what they're saying in this. But as far as speed, you can crank up that number in there in the settings and be able to give you a higher boost in your pedal assist. And I think you can go pretty fast. Okay, so here's the plan. This is the road leading into the RV park. The speed limit is 30. So if I max out the throttle on the highest setting, I believe we're gonna max out at 20. But if I do the pedal assist on 5, I believe it's gonna be above that, like above 25 miles an hour. So I probably could have done a full charge on this battery before I did this, but it's still reading fairly full. So let's see what we can do. That seemed to be about the max that I could get it at, was about 29 and a half. Pretty impressive being able to go that fast. I was trying to pedal just to be able to keep up with the motor. I mean, it was clipping along pretty good. So it did take some effort to get it there, but that's pretty good. But I am gonna probably dial it back because it's not always about how fast it can go. The faster you try and make it go, the shorter distance you're gonna actually end up being able to go. So I'd rather go a farther distance and still just have the maxed out pedal assisted right around 20 miles per hour. That's plenty for me, but kind of fun to see how fast the thing goes. So specs are one thing, but what is it like to actually use the bike? You could look at specs and they can give you a really good indication of what that bike's gonna be like. It'll let you know how it's going to perform, but you never really know until you get out there and use it. What's the experience like? Let's go. So you can see that we have thoroughly enjoyed these bikes. We've really just had a blast with them. So if you're looking for a similar e-bike like this, a foldable e-bike for your RV, you can check it out on their website. I'll put a link down in the description. They're selling them for $900. So if you look at the competitive ones out there, they're usually in the price range of $1,200 to $1,500. So this is very competitively priced for a foldable e-bike for what it is. This one ships as a class 2, and you can bump it up like I did to the class 3. And there's different classifications of e-bikes, but we're gonna keep ours at the class 2. Now, this isn't a sponsored video. They did send us the bikes, but they didn't give us any talking points or what to say. These are just our opinions and our experience with the bike. So I think that's gonna do it for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more videos about RVing, hit that subscribe button. And if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you in the next video.